What's up everyone, Tyler Medeiros here and welcome to TylerMedeirosTV. For those of you who are not subscribed, you can subscribe down below so you don't miss a video, and for those of you that are, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be getting into something really special and different, something I've never done before here on TylerMedeirosTV. We're going to be investigating a very haunted hotel. But quickly before we get into today's video, if you're not following me on my social medias like Instagram and Twitter, you could go ahead and do that now. You can follow me on Instagram at @TheRealTylerMedeiros and on Twitter at TylerMedeiros. But yes guys, right now as I speak to you, we are inside of one of the most haunted buildings in this city that we are in right now. And we're going to be getting into investigating this whole building and seeing if all the stories of these paranormal experiences are true. Now, I will not be investigating this haunted building hotel alone. I am joined by my beautiful girlfriend, Haley Reese, which we are going to be doing some really interesting experiments. We have a lot of equipment to investigate the paranormal. So I just quickly want to send a quick shout out to Ghost Stop for sending us this amazing equipment to help us along this investigation of this really haunted building and hotel. There's a lot of interesting things that we're going to be getting into and a lot of amazing equipment that we're going to be using tonight. But I'm really excited to see what we capture with this equipment and what we have come through, not only on the spirit box, but Haley's very unique portal that is so amazing to communicate with the other side. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm just so excited about being here, guys. This is gonna be an amazing night. We've already had such crazy experiences just being here for the few hours that we've been here. So I'm really excited to get out into this hotel and really see what we communicate with and what evidence we really capture on camera. We're also going to be doing an overnight investigation while we sleep and see if we capture anything in this room while we're sleeping. I'm going to set up a camera that's going to watch us in the bed, and I'm also going to set up a camera that's going to watch us in the bed through the mirror, because I'm not sure if you guys know, a mirror can also act as a portal. So maybe something isn't going to be showing up to, you know, our human eye and what we could see on camera. So maybe having this camera pointing into the mirror will really show us a different side. But yes, there's a lot of history attached to this building and this area just surrounding the building. And it didn't always look like this. It looks really modern right now because they renovated it, but it didn't always look like this. This hotel has been around since 1893, which is a very long time. So you guys can just imagine the history and the people and the energy that have been in this hotel and what has been going on, not only here, but around the area. So I'm really interested to see what we could capture, not only on these devices, but what we can communicate with through not only the spirit box, but this really unique portal. So in just a few minutes, guys, we're gonna be getting into using the portal and communicating with what is attached to this building and what is roaming throughout this building. And then we're gonna be getting out to investigate this building itself and see if we could capture anything on camera. And then we're gonna be returning to this room that we're staying in and seeing if anything is attached to this room or if anything is coming in and out of this room and what we could capture, not only in the portal once we get back, but on video evidence. And the portal that we're gonna be getting into in just a moment is a really clear connection to the other side. So I'm really excited to be using that. But guys, I don't wanna talk too much. I'm really excited about this investigation, so let's get into it. All right guys, so we're here set up on the bed with this amazing portal that is so clear communicating with the other side. So I'm really interested to see what we get coming through here in this very historical building. Are you excited?
I'm really excited. I actually recently did a little bit of a session with this when we first got here, and it seemed as though there was a child who was very present. It also seemed as though there was a spirit here who was telling another spirit or entity to leave us alone. So I'm very curious now, given that it's been a few hours, to see what comes through.
Yes, and also one of the stories that people have been saying is they don't feel that there's a demonic presence here in this building, but they feel that there's a presence that watches over this whole building in general and just protects it.
And so it's very protective.
Yeah, and I find that really interesting. So I'm really interested to see what comes through the portal. So let's get into this, guys.
So once I press start, it's gonna start coming in because this is a portal. It's gonna start communicating with the other side, and once it simmers, we'll ask our questions.
And it's gonna take us a little bit of time to really connect with...
To establish the connection.
Yeah, to establish our connection and connect with the spirits that are really here and that are really active. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, so please have patience with us. There's gonna be a lot of voices coming through at first. It's gonna just take us time to sort it out, and also for the other side to sort it out as well.
Agreed. Are there any spirits here that would like to communicate with us?
Let's start with names. My name is Tyler. This is Haley. What's your name?
Dawn?
We're using a device right now that you guys can use to communicate with us. Hello. Are you joining us here?
Yeah. Okay. I'm happy that you're joining us. This is our first time in this establishment, and we would love to know if you guys have a story to tell or anything you'd like to share.
I ask that anyone that is willing to communicate with us, please come forward. We can hear you. Can you see us?
The child that's here, do you still see the teddy bear in this room? Do you see the teddy bear? Yes? We heard that right below us there was a maid who enters people's rooms. Is she here? Is she here with us right now? I'm asking if the maid who has been seen entering people's rooms downstairs is still here.
We mean you no disrespect, we mean you no harm. We just simply want to communicate with you and hear your story. You can use this portal to communicate with us. We can hear you.
I feel like so many of them are so confused by this. 9.
Hello?
Yes, well, we're here.
Run.
Run. Which floor is the most haunted?
Can you hear us trying to talk to you? Alright guys, so we did a spirit box in this room with the portal, and we had a lot of different voices come through and a lot of different things being said. But right now we're gonna head out and investigate the hotel itself and see if we experience anything weird or anything that we really can't explain. There's been a lot of different experiences from a lot of different people. When we've read up on stories, people have seen a maid walking into their room and just a lot of apparitions wandering around the hotel. So I'm really interested if we're gonna be seeing any of that. But what do you think about it?
I don't know if we've mentioned it in Tyler's video, but my dad had an experience here where he and his husband were basically looking for a wedding like venue, and they went into the ballroom and they said that there was a heavy feeling there. So we definitely need to try to find that. But
we're definitely gonna be finding it.
So that's what we're gonna go do. I feel like there is something here. There's like this overwhelming feeling of energy. It doesn't feel evil, which is crazy because multiple times, not even just now, they've told us we're in danger. So I don't know from what, but we're gonna put our masks on and we're gonna head out into the hotel. We're gonna be as quiet as we can be. We're not gonna bring a spirit box because there are other people staying here, but we're gonna explore and see if we can capture anything.
Yes, but also adding on to that is there's a lot of stories saying that there is a spirit that is attached to this hotel that is kind of looking over this hotel and guarding it, and it's protecting it.
Yeah.
And we don't know if maybe it's the original owner of the hotel or maybe someone who worked here or something like that.
Or someone who just loved
or
it.
Or someone who just had an amazing experience here that just loves being here. But there definitely has been stories of someone attached to this building that is looking over it and making sure that nothing goes wrong and everything is taken care of. So I'm really interested to see if maybe when we get back to the room and we do the portal spirit box session, if we could communicate with that spirit and really see what the situation is. But let's head out into the hotel and see if we experience anything strange.
Let's do it.
Alright guys, so because of COVID, we're about to be heading out into the hotel, but because of COVID, we have to have our masks on. So we're going to be wandering the hallways and, of course, looking for that ballroom. But we got to be equipped, so got to stay safe even though we're ghost hunting, but let's get to it. As we left the room, we had no idea of the things we would come across and the experiences we would have in this building that is over 100 years old. That was weird.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Alright guys, so as we were about to turn down the hallway this way, we just kind of heard a slight bang down this hallway. And no one came out of their room, no one came out of the elevator, no nothing. So this is already off to a really weird start. As we were exploring the hotel, we came across the ballroom that is said to have a very heavy presence. But even with all the stories, we just had to go inside. Right away, as soon as I walked in here, there's a very weird feeling.
I'm like almost positive we're not allowed in here.
Alright guys, so we actually just stumbled across the ballroom. We were on our way to look for it, but we just stumbled across it while we were looking for the lounge. But this is the setup that we found. Really strange feeling coming in here. Very cold and chilling. But it literally gives you the feeling of like a church.
But not so holy.
Not exactly. Not so holy. Like I'm sweating at the same time, I have chills. But this is apparently the ballroom that Haley's dads had the experience in. That as soon as they walked in, there was something dark that they just felt in here. And I gotta say, I don't blame them. There's definitely a strange feeling in this room. And as you guys can see, all the lights are off and we're probably not supposed to be in here.
We're definitely not supposed to be in here.
But we are. Alright guys, so Haley has pointed out these two chairs and she said that she had a strange feeling and her camera won't focus on it.
Mine did, but it wouldn't.
Mine does. Even without the light, my camera focused on it, but as I turned and looked at these chairs, I got complete chills.
Weird.
I don't know guys, there's something strange about this ballroom. Alright guys, so we were intrigued to come back to this ballroom. We went back to the room and got the grid, and now we're going to be setting that up and setting up a camera with it. And we may also be using an app to communicate with the other side and see if we could communicate with anything in this ballroom. So let's get into that. Alright guys, so I went ahead and set up the grid on these two chairs that Haley said that she felt the presence, and once I approached these chairs, I got complete chills. So we set up the grid to see if we could catch anything on camera, so let's see what happens.